It's happened, people. Sony have lost their mind, bruv. Absolutely lost it. So the PlayStation Pro was finally revealed, announced. What an upgrade. What an upgrade. Okay, so they tried their best to sell this thing. And I was like, okay, you know what? Whilst watching it before the reveal of the price tag, I was like, okay, alright. I mean, it's nothing major, but they show some side-by-sides, you know. And it's like, look, you don't want to have to choose between performance or fidelity. We can give you both. Now, here's the thing. I play on performance mode. I don't really mind choosing, if I'm honest. As long as I'm getting a solid 60, a smooth 60, I don't really give a damn if it's 4K, if it's 1080p. I don't really care. As long as it's smooth, I don't give a shit. And I think for people who play on fidelity mode, they're so used to 30 frames per second, they don't give a shit neither. They're happy to play at 30 FPS as long as they get all the bells and the whistles of the fidelity and the ray tracing and all that jazz, right? So I'm not really sure who this is for, to be honest. The performance guys are happy, the fidelity guys are happy, but I'm thinking, okay, if they can bundle it all together so we all get the best of both worlds, everyone's a winner. I'm on board with it. So I'm watching going, okay. I mean, they show side by sides and the difference is there. It's there. But man, is it tiny. Like, unless you had it side by side, you wouldn't really miss it. Do you know what I mean? It's like, look at the detail in the distance. We all know when you're playing, you're more focused on the character, the thing that's right in front of you, right? If you're playing Last of Us, you're watching Joel, you're more watching Joel. You're not really looking at a tower in the distance and counting the pixels on it. It's nice if it's smooth and short, but you're not really going to notice though. But they show it and look at the details in the distance. They're a bit more detaily. And they are more detaily. It's a small thing, but it is there. And they show it across different things. It's like, okay, yeah, oh, I get it. It's sharper. It's a bit nicer and crisper. Yeah, okay. So then they hit us with the price tag. And this is where the whole thing goes mental, right? Because it's not a £700 upgrade, though. Like, bro, this is a minor, tiny upgrade. So they reveal this thing and they're like, look, £700. Boom. But if you want the stand, you're going to have to pay a little bit more. We're not going to give you a disc drive either. It's 2024. You don't need one. So we're looking at this thing and it's like, okay, so if you want this thing with a disc drive, that's going to be like $780. If you want the stand, now we're talking 800 plus. I don't understand what they were thinking. Like, we're not going to pay £800, bro. This is the tiniest upgrade possible. I mean, tiny. They didn't even say it's actually fidelity and performance together. They made the point of saying it narrows that gap. So you're not really getting the full fidelity in this performance. So for £700, it better be doing more than narrowing the gap. The price of this thing is mental. It's absolutely fucking mental. I don't know who's going to buy this thing. And for this price, I'm pretty sure, look, I've never been a PC guy, but for £800 plus, I could become one. I mean, I'm pretty sure I could buy a PC for £800, which is going to exceed the PS5 Pro model, especially when I already have a PS5. Like, if you have a PS5, what is this for? Like, what's it? I don't know much about PC specs, but I'm sure I could get a PC which is going to be a far better deal than that. I mean, I'm a PlayStation guy to my bones, okay? I've been with PlayStation since the original PlayStation release back in, 1992, I think, something like that. So I've been a PlayStation guy ever since, primarily, right? Fucking hell! 700 quid! Like, look, I just don't know what else to tell you. All right, I'm blown away. I mean, they don't even. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know who's going to buy this thing. I mean, I guess if you don't have a PS5 and you can just spend 700 like it doesn't mean anything to you, right? And you're a bit of an enthusiast, I can see why they might be like, well, I don't have a PS5 yet. But I mean, let's be honest, this generation's been fucking terrible. There's not even any fucking games for this thing. They only showed us footage of games that have been out for fucking years, like Last of Us and Ghost of Tsushima and Ratchet and Clank and shit like that. Like, it didn't have anything to show. There's nothing coming out. Nothing this year, right? We have no games. We have nothing. I mean, we've not even really fully utilised the power of the PS5 yet, because they were making games for PS4 for what seemed to be for ages, right? So they've only just now started to tap into the true potential of the PS5 hardware, and now they're going, well, for £700 you can have this. No one wants that, bruv. No one wants a minuscule, tiny upgrade for £700. You people have lost the plot. This is what happens when you let one company get too ahead of itself. When the competition drops, they think they can do whatever the hell they want. Xbox has dropped the ball this gen, and Sony are out of control. It's the most nonsensical. I mean, not even including the stand, man. Not even including the stand. I mean, that's really bending your consumer base over, isn't it? Huh? Going raw. That's hard, man. That should be criminal. Not stands sold separately. What? You know, I don't know what to tell you. All right, it's the PlayStation 5 Pro, everybody. PS5 Pro. Like, did you notice they didn't even talk about any extended frames per second, by the way? So I picked up on that. Now, if they were saying, look, if you want to just keep fidelity off the table, you just want to increase performance, with this you'll be able to play everything at 120 FPS. You can fully maximise your monitor or TV and play everything at 120. They didn't say that, though, because you can't. It's not that powerful. Right, they was very careful about what they said. All you're getting is maybe, 70% of fidelity mode at 60 FPS. So you're just paying all that money for, like, slightly less blur in the distance. Yeah. No thanks, Sony. Fuck you.